What's up, guys? Hubs here, back for another VOD review. Today we're doing a VOD review of Grea. So if you guys aren't familiar with Grea, one, he's absolutely been smurfing on ladder recently, rank 3 NA right now. Just a crazy run up actually from 1500 to 1750, like 250 LP basically in like 2 play sessions. So just absolutely smurfed it up recently. So I thought, okay, we gotta do a VOD review of Grea. And yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with Grea, I think the thing that introduced everybody to Grea was actually Pokigam. There's another really high elo TFT player actually like tweeted about Grea. This was 1 or 2 sets ago at this point. It's been a sec. He basically was like, yeah, this Grea guy, he's like one of the best TFT players. He basically taught me everything I know. And since then, Grea's been like popping off in tournaments. Obviously, rank 3 NA, he's smurfing it on ladder right now. So yeah, just an absolute beast. I feel like a really good player to watch. We do have the opportunity to make gold here. I wonder. I would certainly look at making, okay, we're not going to make gold here. This is something that I think, I mean, like, you lose out on, like, the Nami, which is the big thing, I think, and you lose out on optionality on some of the other stuff, so we're not going to make gold here. I feel like this is something, the more and more I watch, like, good players, I feel like so few people are actually, like, making gold at these intervals, like, saying that I'm going to make the first 10 gold, but it's a big decision already. Pick up the Nocturne as well, just in case we get anything crazy. It's going to be, I mean, it's a pretty heavy econ opener here with just the fact that we could even make 10 gold here. All right. Epitaph, Spear's Will Scavenger is our first augment here. I'm not that excited about it. I mean, I don't like Scavenger that much. Spear's Will seems like aggressively okay, and you can just make like a Shojin slam here. Scoreboard, Slammin'. I mean, I like Slammin' here. You can reasonably make a slam pretty easily. I mean, you could think about Scoreboard from a loss streak perspective. I haven't seen many people take this augment recently, but maybe. I mean, we have Slammin' as the option as well. I mean, a lot of great options here, so we'll see. With the weight here, Grea doing a quick scout of the lobby just to get a sense for like, okay, how strong am I, compared to everybody else? Do I have chances of actually win streaking if I took something like a slam in here? And the big other part about this is that we do get to just full open here and make 20 gold, which is huge econ wise. So using the fact that we're in an econ opener to say, okay, this makes more sense for Scoreboard. We get to make 20 gold just right off the bat, which is really going to accelerate us. And I mean, we actually maybe could have played like a decent opener with something like a Slammin', but obviously we didn't know that we were going to get those 2 stars in shop. So yeah, but I mean, should be a fun game here. Scoreboard Scrapper, I think, like I said, an augment that not that many people are that kind of like that people are like really hard angling for. I'll go do a tier list check real quick. But here's the other cool thing is we're angling straight for Scrap here. It's 2-1. It's 2-2, okay? And we are putting Scrap into our team planner here. I think before the B patch, this would have been unthinkable. Even post B patch, I think a lot of people are not rating this comp very highly. But yeah, I actually wanted to go look up Scoreboard Scrapper. Yeah, the Med TFT tier list has it in B tier, which is like the middle, like okay tier. And then I want to go to Dish Soap's tier list as well and see where he's got it. Because I do think, yeah, I mean, I don't think this is an augment. Yeah, and Dish Soap's got a B tier as well, which is actually kind of... Dish Soap doesn't even have a D tier, so it's kind of his second from the bottom tier. But yeah, like I said, an augment that not a lot of people, I think, are that excited to take oftentimes. So it makes a lot of sense with a comp like Scrap, if you guys remember. Also, oh my god, this guy here with Swain too, with the duplicator augment. If you guys remember when we first ever, like when Scrap right got onto the scene and we did a VOD review of the Korean player who was a one-trick for Scrap, they would always just full open because of the stabilization of Scrap on level 8. Hitting 6 Scrap, and we're doing a similar thing here. There is a GP on carousel here. Grea really wants it. Ooh, that was interesting there. We didn't move, and I thought it was because we wanted to grab the GP, but then it looked like someone else was going to get it, so then we ended up just taking Glove there. Interesting. I thought maybe we could have made it to the GP, but I mean, Glove obviously a fantastic component here, so maybe he just didn't want the fact that we would get the GP, but we'd end up taking a bow there, which is like, I mean, it's fine, but Glove, there's so many. It can be Echo item, it can be Corky item, yeah, it can be GP item, it can be everything. But yeah, like this comp leans itself really well towards Lost Streak. Normally you're thinking of Lost Streak item augment, so you're thinking of things like What Doesn't Kill You. What Doesn't Kill You is like the perfect example. And I mean, Scoreboard Scrapper is the exact same augment as What Doesn't Kill You. Okay, actually, they're 2 completely different augments. But the difference is What Doesn't Kill You is giving you those items, whereas this is just going to make us really strong late game. So yeah, I don't know. Curious to see how this goes for Grea here, and also how much we're going to lean to Lost Streak, because obviously we full open at this point. At what point are we going to start saying it's okay to win fights? Because Scoreboard Scrapper, I mean, if we start winning from here, we're still going to be bot half for quite a while. So, I mean, I think it's a pretty chill spot. We do pick up the Steb Camille here, which is fantastic. If you guys, this is just a classic level 4 board, even though we're already level 5, so we can start looking at adding in some more stuff here. Also, you guys like the music? I grabbed the, I was looking, I was like, is there anything else I can play that's like that Riot Games won't kill me for? And I found the remix Rumble music, and I was like, oh, you know what, this will be a fun little thing to play. And I'm pretty sure Riot doesn't like copyright strike people who use this music. I don't know if this video gets muted, that's gonna be a shame, but it's a learning experience. All right, item wise here, I'm down to do a quick pause here, even though we might not actually slam this round, and get a sense for what we want to make here. And we do have a very easy, like, IE Last Whisper slam here. Then you do have the Giant Spell to open to keep Guard Breaker open. This last bow then becomes a little bit awkward if you go for something like that, is the only problem. Adaptive Helm, nah. I mean, usually probably hold this tier. I mean, I don't really mind an IE Last Whisper. Hold on to the bow, hold on to the tier, hold on to the cloak, and look at scrapping those. But we'll see what we want to go for in this spot here. We could still just chill a little bit. And yeah, it looks like we are going to chill, but I mean, if I'm Grea here, I'm like organizing the items on my bench to make it as easy as possible to slam. Grea's probably doing that in his head here, but not actually like moving them around or anything like that. All right, next augment here, Blazing Soul, Pandora's Prismatic Pipeline. I mean, if we want to keep loss streaking, Priz Pipeline is a great like win out type augment. Sack the rest of the stage, get really low, then spike disgustingly hard on 4-1. And these other options don't look great, so I could certainly see it. And yeah, he hovers over it for a sec. Sword Overflow. I mean, this is also 5 components. It's a little bit sword overkill just because like how are we gonna use all these swords? So I still lean Prismatic Pipeline a little bit here. Yeah, I do think this makes sense. But yeah, like how are we gonna use that many swords? And he is gonna start slamming the items. ILW gonna come down here. Gonna have these items. Just hold them on the bench for a sec. If we see somebody really strong, maybe we can slam here just to try to save some HP. I imagine these are going on to the Smeech here, just to try to pick up some kills, because we do know with Priz Pipeline, we probably have to make some slams here, just because if we don't, we might just die. And yes, Smeech, fantastic. Look at this, 3 units dead easily. This is fantastic loss for us. Oh, maybe even 4? Okay, not quite. But I mean, still a 3-unit loss here versus Froden here, by the way. This is a fun lobby. Froden here. Learning at TFT. Oh, Robin Song's there in last place, you know, kind of joining us with the loss streak. Congrats to Learning TFT, by the way. If you guys didn't catch the Project Mentor tournament, Learning TFT kind of smurfed on the whole tournament and ended up making, I mean, he made the final day and then he won the entire tournament. It was really sick. And hey, shout out to my mentee Free Radical who made it to the final day. It was really, and made it to check at the end. It was really exciting to watch the tournament. Shout out to Kai, by the way, for setting up the whole Project Mentor thing. And we're doing it again for next set. I don't know. Signups are definitely not open yet, but they will be open at some point. So something to keep in mind for set 14, which is rapidly approaching. All right. We're gonna go for the rod here. What was that? Oh, where am I getting audio from? Oh, what the fuck? Hey, move this. I think Grea raided Showtime, and so we're getting Showtime's voice in there. I didn't know that I had Grea's stream actually open under the VOD. That's hilarious. Okay, we don't have 4 Enforcer, right? Yeah, we don't. Oh, this is okay. I was about to say it's kind of interesting that we were even keeping options open, but no, we were hard forcing here. Okay, and the rod taken. I mean, it's going to be a great item for Echo at some point, very likely. So this makes sense. Look at this Smeech, by the way. I love the priority on the Smeech. It's just going to save us. He saved us so much HP on a board that's honestly horrible, right? This board sucks. 0 upgrades, barely any items slammed, no augments essentially. Both of our augments do almost nothing right now. Scoreboard at least giving us a little bit of extra stats to work with, but yeah, basically nothing at this point. 32 HP, by the way. We are gonna have to like full send this at 4-1. It should be pretty exciting here, but hey, maybe a few units to kill here. Definitely the Amumu we can get a kill on here. Yep, and then the Rel as well. Jump to backline. Beautiful from the Smeech, actually. Yeah, only well, still 4 unit loss because it's level 7, not great. 23 HP. Not the most to work with, but we'll see what we can do here. I'm definitely down to slow it down at our 4-1 here. Yeah, honestly, I'm down to bring the speed down if I can. Yeah, let's bring this down like right after the Wolves jump, I would say. Because then we can see what we get from Priz Orb. beautiful to pick these up ASAP. You really want to pick these up. I'd honestly even pop the support anvil here, but I think Grea's looking at items here. Oh, he already pushed 8 and he's rolling now. I love that, right? Time is a huge resource here. There's a rumble already, which is great. Holding the Mord here, honestly, that makes me more dizzy than anything. I feel like I wouldn't hold it, but we'll see here. Maybe we're just going to fit it onto the board as a solid dom on this board. Continuing to roll down here. We do have 6 scrap, do we not? Yeah, we do have 6 scrap here, so we can fit the board. Gonna play Mr. Smeech for a second, but yeah, get them off, get the Vi onto this board, and we just have the Steb on the board right now. Going to take this Aegis of the Legion, great stats onto this board, and then, yeah, gonna try to get these scrap items down. This is the most important thing, get all the scrap items down. Order of operations, so important. Beautiful. We just barely don't get that sword down at the last second, but overall, a really, really nice pivot. Got into the 6 scrap board. And I mean, if we lose this fight, it's not the end of the world. We would, I think, ideally like to win it though. But I mean, we're at 23 HP. We can take one more loss here. Just got to finish our roll down next round here. All right. Let's look at augment here. Ooh, trait reunion. I mean, I think this has been nerfed pretty decently, but I think you have to take it here, right? This is going to allow you to hit everything that you need here. And yep, immediately takes that. There's the Corki 2. There's the GP. I mean, you got to send it, right? I mean, we get the Elise in here finally. Yeah, we didn't have that in last round, which is a little tragic, but I mean, not the end of the world. And then roll down, pick up the not Violet. I want to call her. I was like going to put some sauce on it, call her Violet, but that's just not her name. And then we have these last few components here. What do we want to make? Onyx Spark, I think, yeah, a perfect slam in this spot here. Do we want to make like a, ooh, I love it, the Reforge here into what? I almost was looking at like GP item here, like just make IE or something like that. Just so that you have an item made, but I think we're looking for like echo type items. And I'd also be curious to see what our priority is on things like the Vi items, right? Because like you can start itemizing Vi at this point. We basically like our big prio is echo items, and then I mean we have a GP too, so we'll see here. Because like sitting on 2 components feels so bad here. Yeah, I mean, scrap the bow onto the powder here. Roll down. Wow, actually rolls deep. I mean, we're 13 HP. Yeah, I mean, our board's really strong, but if you lose a single fight, we are dead here. Also, this person as well ended up in scrap, though. Didn't quite have the gold that we had. They are stuck on a lot of 1-stars here. Basically everything, all their 4 costs are 1-starred, whereas we've hit everything here, which is really, really big. We just don't have Elise 2, which is not ideal, but I mean, if you had to miss one, you would definitely pick Elise to miss. So, yeah. All right, we do on carousel here. I mean, you could look at something like, we're just gonna take the Giant's Belt here. Interesting. I'm just looking at maybe like make Hodge onto Echo and then slam another like glove onto him or something like that. What is Giant's Belt here actually? I don't know, guard breaker? I don't know. What is, I'm curious here. I mean, take the Rumble one. Yeah, it is guard breaker, just guard breaker Echo. Okay. I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. Also, Age is going to move over here onto the Vi just to make positioning a little bit better. And then we can move the Powder to the back line. Okay, so guard breaker Echo. I haven't actually, I mean, honestly, give me a little stats perusal. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we have it? 6 scrap. Echo. I mean, we can even throw, I don't want to throw Reunion in here. It's going to muddy up the stats too much. Where's guard breaker here? Wow. Wow. It's Echo's best item by far. Today I learned. My God. I mean, that delta is insane here. Okay. I mean, it makes sense, right? His ability has a lot of instances of damage. So you are proccing Guardbreaker really, really nicely most of the time. And he's often, you know, hitting these frontliners and proccing Guardbreaker. So it makes sense. Also in a meta where Scrap is starting to come back a little bit. I mean, we have other Scrap boards to proc Guardbreaker against. So yeah, I love it. All right, pick up the dub here. Is it ever the finisher here? Who would you put this on? Okay, it's not. Okay, well, good to know. Oh, I mean, gotta be comeback story here. Does a quick damage check there just to see who's dealing more. And it is Echo. I mean, yeah, we have the hero augment onto Echo, so I think this makes, I mean, this is disgustingly good here. With the fact that we lost Street so hard early, this is great. Yeah, also I like this positioning a bit better. I don't know how you can do anything else besides this. I think this is best, just because you want Powder frontline, right? You want her absorbing stuff with the 6 scrap shield. If she's like second row there, she's kind of wasting her scrap shield a lot of the time. So I think this makes a lot more sense from a positioning standpoint. And also, look at this, just breezing through boards. The big thing for us is when do we get to the point where our Scoreboard Scrapper flips and it gives us that extra HP. It's going to be a while because we are 13 HP, but once we hit there, we are really, 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 really strong. Though, honestly, HP not that important on Scrap because you're getting these humongo shields. So, yeah, we'll see. Also, note that we're actually keeping Corki on the back line just because it's kind of like, well, if we want to give him this, the Aegis value, then, like, how else are we going to do it? I mean, you start to look at Rumble items usually in a spot like this. You could look for Vi items here if you want it. Glove Elise. Reforge. Oh, Reforge bow is so smart. And then you have Rod there. I mean, you could go for We are just going to make the guard breaker here and then slam sword here. Okay. Or that was the last component, wasn't sword, but whatever. The belt actually onto the Elise here. Yeah, I mean, I like rumble items here. And yeah, it looks like we don't really care at all about itemizing the Vi on this board. I mean, I think it's fine. She's going to cast a decent amount just as a Vi. And, you know, getting an item onto this rumble. Also, the guard breaker prio is just insane. We have guard breaker on rumble. We have guard breaker on echo. And we're rolling guard breaker every single round on Corki. So this is a triple guard breaker board. If only Elise could roll guard breaker as well, but she is sadly not a scrap unit, so she can't roll anything. But yeah, guard breaker every round because we have a giant spell onto Corki. That is the only good item that he can roll here, and we are going to kill one player off here. So starting to climb the ranks here. Frodan going down, Robin Song's going down as well, Learning and Lucina getting low as well. So hey, maybe we're getting there to a world where we can actually be top 4 and then get that other piece of scoreboard, which is going to be really, really nice for us. And yeah, I mean, so far, it's looking like a lot of people are having trouble beating this board. There is a guy with scrap +1. There is a pretty scary, oh my god, that was a very scary board, actually. That guy had a Jace too. But we'll see here. This is the other scrap guy. Did end up getting to most stuff 2-star. Still no Corki 2-star. And also, they just don't have the combat augment value that we have. Stuff like Worth the Wait, stuff like scrap +1 is just not the value. You know, like stuff like Prismatic Pipeline, stuff like the Scoreboard Scrapper here. We have basically everything you could ever want here, so we just take rumble item, right? Yeah, we already have armor shred, we already have MR shred. We miss heal cut here actually, but we at least have rumble, who is you know, he is heal cut. You always, I tend to like to build heal cut in spots like this. Also, we're just gonna level up here and just get the Leona in for Sentinel. Yeah, looks like it, though maybe not. Roll once in case we hit something else. Yeah, I mean, Sentinel great on this board, bunch of armor and MR to go with the fact that we have big shields. So yeah, always feels really good. We do have Invest in Shop as well, which we could fit, but I think the Sentinel is going to be maybe like a hair bit better. And also, look at this. We are in the top 4. That means we are getting that, what's the exact number actually? Oh, did he hover over it there? Let me pull up the numbers for you guys. So, I mean, I'm sure someone out there is like, you don't know the exact number. It is 10%. Okay. I thought it was 10% more HP. Whatever. We get 10% more HP onto our entire board, which, like I said, doesn't matter that much when you have a big scrap shield on everybody. The scrap shield is the majority of the tankiness, but I mean, you wouldn't turn it down. You wouldn't turn down 10% HP on your whole board. I mean, look at this, 10% HP, making us tanky enough. We survived that, and it is another KO here, 13 HP. Look at this. The whole lobby is going down to this scrap board. Is scrap back? I mean, this game, it certainly looks like it. We are just farming this. I mean, this looks like back in the day when, you know, you had the lost streak and to just get really, really strong and just destroy the entire lobby with scrap. It certainly looks like it. I mean, imagine we are just going to roll here. Going level 10 seems like kind of a pipe dream. We can just throw an extra Corki onto our board here. Pick up the Loris here, who is a better in on this board. And yeah, at this point, we're just going to say, okay, we can sell this stuff. Just take good items here. Take Death Cap here for the Rumble. And the idea is that the Adaptive is then going to move over who to buy. Okay, yeah. Why not? Get our casting a little bit faster. The Death Cap, fantastic here. Yeah, I like this itemization a lot. And almost a close fight versus Mr. Songs here, but the board's just not good enough, man. And so it's just us. Pirkui goes down as well. Look at that, 11k damage from that Rumble, who's just been stacking up his upgrades this whole game. 6 Sork board, actually. Pretty cool there. Are they Moonlight or something? Yeah, they are Moonlight. I love a Moonlight onto Zyra Sork setup. It's always so fun. We'll see if that board can defeat us. But yep, there is the Zyra 3 on that board. They also have the big dummy, but I mean, it's not even close, man. It just easily clears here, and it's an easy dub for Grea with the scrap board. So I mean, just a really, really fun game. Lost streak scrap. The other scrap player ended up going 7th. I mean, they weren't able to hit Corki too. They weren't able to hit like anything because we hit so much earlier. So sucks to be them, but a really cool scrap game, and just showing off that, you know, scrap with the buff to Corki in the B patch is certainly playable. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Metafy. I'll have the links down below. Do I have anything else to shout out? op.gg. Check out all the op.gg links down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks always for watching.